I'm Trez Gregory, T-R-E-Z. It's a nickname I got in 7th grade, so they call me Trez, and I have been really into music since I was probably 5, and then I started singing in high school choir my sophomore year. So that's when I started singing. You know, I was really influenced by Michael Jackson, I'll be honest, and the Jackson 5. So I used to sing in the hairbrush in the basement. And I just loved the dance moves, and I would get down in the basement in the hairbrush, you know? At least I thought I was getting down, so. Actually, my friend Brady Dandino, he was a keyboard player, and Brady came to me and said, you know, would you sing with me? And I was horrified. I had terrible stage fright for a long time. And Brady and I started doing weddings. And that's kind of where I started singing out a little bit. So I just, you know, was like the lead singer in bands from early 80s all the way up until 99 when I moved to Nashville. So I was in great groups, but I just wanted to get into a higher echelon of musicians and see if I could hang, to be honest. Can I really do it? So I started going down to Nashville, and I drove back and forth 7 times. I looked around, I went to see bands, I went to jams, and I really didn't see anybody like me down there. And actually I worked 2 jobs, and I found Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar. So Bourbon Street Blues and Boogie Bar at that time was the voted the best blues club in the nation in the year 2000, and I moved there in September of '99. So I got there at the peak time, and then I waited tables there one night a week, and one night the house band asked me to get up and sing. So once I sang with them, I don't know, momentum started, things kind of changed, and a gentleman that got offered a house band gig at their sister club came into P.F. Chang's where I was bartending, and he asked me would I like to be a backup vocalist for him 5 nights a week. But I knew in my spirit I didn't really come to Nashville to bartend for the rest of my life. So I sucked it up, you know, and I took the gig. And that started the real momentum. And in that year, they hired 4 different bands. They kept keeping me, moving me into the next band, firing the band. And they forced me in this band called the Soul Searchers. And then like the magic started. I've been with them for 17 years, and I just fell in love with them, and that was a big changer for me. So our guitar player from the Soul Searchers, his brother-in-law was a crew person for Brooks and Dunn. The CMA awards were coming up, and Brooks and Dunn needed 3 more girl singers for the show. So I went and auditioned. I sang with 2 other girls. We were not the best sounding group of 3, but they called and told me that we got accepted into the first round of auditions, and they wanted us to come and do a weekend with them in Atlantic City. So we did that, and then they were like, Kix and Ronnie want to see you in their dressing room. Okay, I can't believe it. They said they like it, so And so then it just progressed. I finished the gig. It was like 6.5, almost 7 years, and it was awesome. What a blessing. I came here to go to the doctor with my mother. I was here for 4 days, and I never went back because my mom was really sick. And then I kept thinking, well, I'll just get her better, and then I'm going back, you know, and that just never happened. So I accepted it, and finally went and got my clothes and my car like 3 years later. And I've been here. So I've been here for 10 years, and I went out and I heard the Distant Cousins. I sat in with them for about a year. They were really fun and creative and different, and then they hired me, and I've been with them for 8 years. And 2 years ago, I just realized that I couldn't afford to be in that big of a band anymore. And I started doing my own thing, and it just really kind of took off. And I've been working by myself with performance tracks now for 2 years, and that's been really fun. It's been awesome. But I do 2 female duos, I do a trio, a 4-piece. I work with the Distant Cousins sometimes. I've done some virtual concerts. You know, I have definitely done some studio work, being the front person on that, and also some backup vocal work, and blessed. Yeah.